Hello all. Hello interns. Welcome back. It's been a little bit, but I know you guys missed me. Before we get into the episode, I just wanted to showcase my beautiful hockey hair that's coming in. I mean, look at these luscious locks. Like, I'm just so glad that I'm past the awkward stage with my hair right now. The hockey hair is definitely coming in. It's looking good. We got a good episode today for you guys. Like, I know I haven't posted in about a week and a half. And there's been a couple reasons for that. So I got a jam-packed episode for you guys. I took some notes about it. So thanks, guys, for checking out the hockey hair. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just see this the whole time. I'm going to put my hat on, put my headphones on. I got my John B. Hat. It's a VCA VCR hat in honor of being a Pogue like myself. I was down the shore this weekend for 4th of July. I had a great time in Sea Isle. Being though it's the nighttime, I got this delicious mint sparkling cucumber water. They're not a sponsor, but this shit, I've been pounding it every day before work, and I wasn't a fan in the beginning. The first couple cans kind of sucked. But, I got over that. I got over the hump. It's kind of like when you drink beer for the first time or something. You don't really like the taste, and then you develop. A better one would be coffee. I hated coffee in the beginning, but now I fucking love it. I'm obsessed with it. So, yeah, I got my hat on today. Got a bunch more hats for season 1. But yeah, we're back. It's episode number 8, I think. We got a lot to talk about here. So I have a submission. For song of the intro of the pod. So. What is it called? Here it is. The Spins by Mac Miller. Have you guys heard it? I'm going to play it here for you. Oh, no. Oh, we got an ad. Oh, Jesus Christ. I fucking love this song. I caught myself dancing to this song just by myself. Follow your dreams. R.I.P. Mac Miller. What if I dance like this, like, at the club? Pittsburgh. Is this MGMT? I don't even know. I'm drunk as fuck. Jam. Alright, I'm gonna play it out here. I'm high as fuck. I'm drunk as fuck. RP back in the way. I just graduated high school. Aha! I can always the shit. Such a good song. Tell me that wouldn't be a hype intro song if I cut up some clips and then put that behind it. I think I'm going to do that probably by episode 20. So that'll be probably pretty hype. Oh, man. We got a good episode today. So we got a lot on the docket to talk about. Only got 1 hour, but I know I've been away for a week, and I just want to beg you guys to please subscribe and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. I just want everyone to see my content. It'll get views up if you subscribe and like and comment. So if you could just do that for me, it helps out the algorithm. But like I said, I'm Rich G. This is Rich from the internet. And, we got a good pod. I know I've been hyping it up a little bit on social media. Some of you might have seen some stuff, so we'll talk about it. But a lot of you have seen a lot of crazy shit in the media. And I just want to let you guys know, I have done my due diligence. I have a little bit of ADHD, but I have been studying this everything I'm about to talk to you about today. I have been studying it for the past week. I've been getting deep into rabbit holes. I was in a rabbit hole last night till like 1 a.m. and then I just passed out. But I have been doing my due diligence. So don't you worry about that. I might get the names wrong and the proper nouns of certain things wrong, but I'm gonna look them up for you guys and make sure that I don't get anything wrong. So, first off, have you guys seen Money Heist? The show Money Heist. I think it's one of the better shows that I've watched in a while. Not gonna lie, it was kind of difficult to get over they didn't speak English in the show, so it's a Netflix show. If those of you don't know, it's about bank robbers, and yeah, we've seen bank robbers before, but this is different. This is a Netflix original, so you know it's gonna be good. They got some bad shorties on there, and basically, the premise of the show is there's one really smart dude who knows how to rob a bank. And he gets all these people together from all walks of life. And they all speak Spanish, so not that many walks of life. But it takes place in Europe. And they rob the Royal Mint. And basically, they just print money. Print money. So they get in there, and then they hold it hostage for like a week or two, and then they print their money and get the fuck out of there and make away like bandits. So the show is just really fucking good. But while I was watching it, I was infatuated by one of the songs that so basically part of the gimmick on the show is that the bank robbers basically trick the media into liking them. They don't trick them, they actually just succeed in it, but trick the media into liking them, where as to the point where the media is cheering for them to get away with all of the money in the mint that they have printed, which is like a grand total of like $1 billion, which, for those who don't know, $1 million in $100 bills is 40 inches high. So $1 billion, like $1 billion is 1,000 millions. So that would be 40 inches times 1,000, which is 40,000. 40,000. Imagine 40,000 inches in $100 bills. That's a lot of inches. So they get away with like $1 billion or something, or just shy of $1 billion, and split between all the robbers, and they make it away. But the whole time they're wearing these anti-fascist, anti-establishment garments that make them likable to the media, and then they have masks on that it's like an artist who was also a martyr. I gotta turn off my notifications here so no one calls me. So they wear like masks that it was like a artist. I think it was like Salvador Dali or something. I forget the name, but it doesn't really matter. He was just a controversial figure who was killed. So all throughout this show, whenever they do something good, or whenever they succeed in like a negotiation, or succeed in fending off the authorities, they sing this song, and it's an Italian song, and I want to play it for you guys because it kind of is more than me. Like, it is. I'm from Italy. My grandfathers were from Italy. Their grandfathers were from Italy. I just have roots in Italy. My grandfather's. Pretty sure my grandfather's parents came over off the boat. So it goes back a little deep, and that was right around the time when there was like a lot of unrest in Italy. Like, here we go. Let's play a song. It's just like kind of like a hype song. I know I just played another song, but it's just kind of like a sick song. So I'll play it here. I might sing along too. Who knows? These ads, Jesus Christ. Raymore and Flanagan's having a sale, guys. I'm gonna try to sing along. Mi senano alla tatto, ciao bella, ciao bella, ciao ciao ciao. Il mattinato sono alto zero tao. Ciao bella, ciao bella, ciao ciao ciao. Il partigiano, Medina, i latini son todo mio. Bella, ciao bella, ciao bella, ciao. So I looked up. I say yo moyo, partigiano, bella, ciao ciao ciao. Ciao bella, ciao bella, ciao ciao ciao. Lassù in montagna, lassù in montagna. speed gets up. Okay. So, basically, back in the day, I mean, this song is still around in Italy. I think some like minor league soccer teams had adopted it as their national anthem, like when they sing at games. So this was kind of like a mantra for like the anti-fascist movement, wherever like they wanted to impeach someone out of office. Whenever the common people felt like they were like their rights were being infringed upon and they weren't being treated fairly, they would go into the streets at peaceful protest while singing this song. And that meant that they wanted to change. They wanted to see some actual physical change. Now, the song Bella Ciao means goodbye beautiful, which is kind of like a little fuck you to like the establishment, like you're calling them beautiful, like peace out, bitch. I think it's like just a cool thing. So the song got invented for the Nazis and the like for the Nazi party and the partisan party. What the fuck was the other name? Anti-Nazis and Nazis. Maybe the Jews, I guess you would call them. So the Italians didn't really have much Jewish people in there, but they were being recruited into Germany to fight with the Nazis, and they weren't cool with it. So what could they do if their country was being overpowered by a more powerful country? They would get out in the streets, or sometimes they were already. I mean, Italy eventually did have to end up fighting with the Nazis. Not to like they didn't want to, but they did. So. Basically they had to sing this song so they could get rid of the person in power, aka Hitler, which was pretty hard, but the person in power of Italy, so they could be liberated and free from that regime, which was pretty cool. So whenever you see someone in like an authoritative like position, just go up to them and say Bella Ciao, and if they like get a little microaggression going on their face, that means that they know that they are under like the strict guidelines of an oppressive system. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, guys, it's a little history lesson for you. Just play that song in your car, Bella Ciao. It gives you a real, like, if you're Italian, it gives you like a real fucking like, you put your fist in the air and you're just like, fuck yeah, I'm hyped to be Italian. Parlaying that into the anti-establishment, have you seen the Ghislaine Maxwell glory that has been going all over the internet? Have you seen all of the beautiful, delicious conspiracies that are going through the internet, that are people's minds my age going crazy about all this shit? Those you don't know, Ghislaine, it's pronounced Ghislaine. It's not Ghislaine. It's spelled Ghislaine, but it's pronounced Ghislaine. Ghislaine Maxwell. Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend. Ghislaine Maxwell. This fucking bitch, dude. She is what's is wrong with the U.S. I mean, she's what's wrong with people in general. She's just an evil fucking bitch. Like, she's like, you see her face, like, when you Google her face, she's just like an evil fucking bitch. Like, this bitch has ruined so many lives, and so many lives that we don't know about. But I did so much research on her in the past week that I guess this is a good time to. I'm sorry I didn't dress up for you guys. I usually dress up, and I like to look nice. I look to look nice. So I'm gonna go formal for this podcast. I'm gonna go formal, and when they say politicians wear certain color ties, signifying that they're loyal to that party, that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna do this for you. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's perfect here. All right. I'm dressed up, guys. All right, so I got my tie on here. It's a beautiful tie. Someone sent it to me, so I guess they just wanted me to have good luck for this podcast. So it's down with pedophiles plus racism equals bad, and then no more woke and unwoke people categorizing genders. No more. I will have no more of it. And whoever sent me this, thank you very much. I'm very grateful to have very nice people in my circle that relay these messages clearly and are not afraid to they're not afraid to speak their opinions. So I just had to get a little dressed up for you guys. Anyway, Ghislaine Maxwell, this fucking bitch, dude. I have done so much research on her. So those of you who don't know, she was Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, arguably more evil than Jeffrey Epstein himself. So what she would do is, Jeffrey Epstein was the billionaire in power, and while she was dating Jeffrey Epstein, she would procure these girls, these underage girls, and either lie to them and tell them that they would have a job with Jeffrey Epstein, that they would be his personal masseuse, they would travel around on his fancy planes and his yachts and his fancy jets, and little did they know that these girls were just being tossed into harm's way and in the path of a sexual predator, someone who was just mentally and physically and everything wrong with Jeffrey Epstein. He was just a sick man. So this fucking bitch was sicker than she was. Like, how did you not know that these girls were being put on her? You did know. Like, she did know. So don't get it twisted. She knew what she was doing. She knew that she was being a fucking bitch and ruining multiple girls' lives at the expense of billionaires and powerful people. So a little background on Ghislaine Maxwell. Current and past. Let's start with the past. So her dad is an Israeli intelligence operative that had gotten killed. They say he fell off a boat and drowned. Okay, he got suicided. Let's call what do you say? Let's call a kettle or something. Let's call a spade. Her dad, spying was in the business. I don't know what Mr. Maxwell Sr., the grandfather, was into, but what I do know is that Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine's dad, was an Israeli operative in bed with the royal family, meaning that he reports back to Israel. I don't know if he was Jewish, but he definitely was from there. Reports to Israel, but also has ties with the Rothschilds in Europe. The Rothschilds, if you don't know, is global banking, and they have, I'll get into that later too, they have basically a chokehold on global banking, interest rates in the world, and secret information regarding war profits and regarding unstable countries and future unstable countries. So Robert was a CIA operative for many years. Not a CIA, Israelis, which is the CIA in Israel. So basically, he was just a bad dude. He was all worried about, garnering secret information. So what he did was, when he came to the U.S., or when he was in his green card here in the U.S., or work visa, he set up businesses for his children. He has 7 children. And this is where it gets kind of interesting. He set up businesses for each one of his children to become involved in intelligence as well. Now, when Robert was suicided, the tech industry was just coming to be, and there was money being made all over in the tech industry, but the common people didn't really know about the value of their data. The common people didn't really know the value of surveillance in the tech industry. They didn't really know anything about it. But these elites did. The Maxwells did. The Rothschilds did. The Clintons did. So basically, the Trumps did. So basically, what happened was when the father got suicided, Ghislaine took up the pedophilia and espionage and just the most illegal part of the Maxwell family business. She set up different corporations, and the guise of it all was environmental preservation. So the cloak over this pedophilia rink was environmental preservation. She would go around, give TED Talks about the dangers of heating up the ozone layer. So meanwhile, while she wasn't giving talks, she was partying with the elites and trying to get powerful people to sleep with underage women, and Epstein was the one filming it. And doing it. So that is her background on her father's side. Now, she has other siblings. I didn't do any research. The only research I did on her siblings was her 2 twin sisters, younger sisters. They both own companies in Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is, for those of you not in the business world, is like the tech hub of the U.S. If you want to get anything done, if you want to get an app made, if you want to get a website made, if you want to get involved in Facebook, if you want to learn how to be a Twitter god, you go to Silicon Valley, and that is where all the business headquarters are at. So both twin sisters had businesses that they owned in that they owned in Silicon Valley. The one sister, I want to look up her name because, let's see. Ghislaine. I want to get the names right because okay, so it seems like the twins are Christine and Isabel. I don't know which one because they're identical twins, but let's see. Christine Maxwell is a British internet content pioneer and educator. She's best known as the creator and co-founder of Magellan. Yeah. So Magellan, those of you who are unsure of Magellan, it's a data harvesting, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to get this wrong. But what I'm pretty sure is Magellan harvests location concerned data, like physical, like latitude, longitude type data from your smartphones and your personal. Let me just make sure I'm getting that right. Magellan. It's a web portal launched in 1995 that provided a variety of content, including news and weather. So it's a search engine that basically. Never mind. I was completely wrong. Instant messaging, stock quotes. It's Yahoo/Google, but it came before them, so it got gobbled up and was just a shittier Google. So she basically knows everything that there is to know. It's still around. The company's still going. So they must be doing something right. It's an information company. It says she sits on the board of Yellow Pages, McKinley Internet, Yellow Pages, published, Macmillan, okay. So now the other sister, she's also involved in Israeli intelligence. She's 70 years old. Now let's go to her Wikipedia page. This is the crazy one. Technology pioneer of the World Economic Forum and the president emirate of ComTouch. So this is the ComTouch one is a little bit crazy. So basically, let's say that you're in trouble. You need to call 911, but it's kind of like a sketchy crime, and you had just heard of this this new website that you can FaceTime a 911 technician. So you download this app. It's called ComTouch, and you're in trouble. You're gonna get killed by a murder. You're getting ran like a pack of wolves is chasing you down a city street in Vancouver, and you're like, you want to FaceTime. You decide you want to FaceTime the authorities so they can get a video of what's going on around you and your face, and it's just more information that the authorities have to work with so they can save you. So what happens is when you download this app and you start FaceTiming with the authorities and the dispatch, it sucks all your data out of your phone, your texts, where you've been, who you've been talking to, what you've been searching, social media, all of it. Sucks it to their servers. They take that data and they input it into AI technology, and they can tell if you have been involved in a crime, if you will be involved in a crime, if there's been crime involved in the background of where you have been, if there is, it's AI, an artificial intelligence system that is super crucial to CIA and Israeli intelligence and any intelligence, KGB, any intelligence. This is like revolutionary crime prediction software that they are selling to, that the Maxwells are selling to the Epsteins, and they're selling to just rich people, and just, keeping their elite status with money and intelligence and technology advancements, not for the betterment of other people, not so that that person can get saved and can know that they're in harm's way, know they're out of harm's way in the future, but so they can get rich off the fucking dime and that they can have more money into pedophiles' pockets. I know I kind of dropped a lot there, but if you don't believe me, I've done my fucking research on it. If you think I'm bullshitting you, go fuck yourself. You know, I don't give a shit. But down with pedophiles plus racism equals bad. Say it. So that's the sisters. So now you might be asking, like, where does Ghislaine come into this? Well, she's on the top. She's the oldest sister. She, I think, she's the oldest. She's the most powerful. Like, she was in the elites of the elites. She was around the pedophiles. Like, she was pulling the bones out of the closet. Like, she was finding all the skeletons and bringing them to Epstein so they could create dirt. So what they're doing right now, this is my thoughts on Ghislaine right now. They say she's in, so mind you, we are getting this information from the media. Ghislaine knows the media. Ghislaine knows the Rothschilds who own the media. The Rothschilds, how they became so popular is they had back in the day. So this is parlaying into I finished my book on the Federal Reserve. So they did the Creatures of Jekyll Island. That book was phenomenal. They did a superb job in describing how the Federal Reserve works. And more importantly, how the Freemasons, the deep state, the whatever you want to call them, the elites of the elites back in the day moved and operated. So back in the 20s, before the Federal Reserve was invented, they wanted to basically manipulate the dollar, be able to tank the dollar or inflate the dollar so that they could get more money. Essentially, they would know that when the dollar was going to tank, so they would get rid of all their dollars and go into gold, and then the economy would dip, and then they would buy more dollars again, and then it would come back up, and then they would be even richer. So that was the goal of the Federal Reserves in the 20s, and it still is. But what the Rothschilds did is, before that, they had so much money. The Rothschilds, before that, basically were able to buy a seat into the Federal Reserve / they might have even masterminded it, but they had so much money that they were able to effectively and quickly carry communication, aka the USPS. Like they figured it in Europe, they figured out their own USPS, and they were saying they would like send like a message to like France from Europe, not from Europe, from like Great Britain, like, oh, we're gonna drop the Federal Reserve by a point on Monday, so get ready for that. And they would send like a horse overnight, and like this guy would be like galloping along as fast as he fucking could, and they set up that kind of like secretive and super like reliable message streams all over the world. So eventually being that they had the most money and the most communication, they were able to grow with the times. The name was, there was 5 sons. There was one Rothschild who was like a super banker, and then his son. He had 5 sons, and all the Rothschilds were just like gods at finance. Like they were just like grew up in the shits and just like flourished. So I'm going as fast as I can here, guys, and I have 20 more minutes. I'm going to do an ad just because I have to. I don't want to do it, but this is the only ad. Oh no, hold on. I'm logged out. Okay. I don't have to do any ads. So parlaying this, so basically the Rothschilds own the media, and the way that the public perceives things They can push certain narratives and bury certain narratives. Similar to what they're doing with the Clintons right now. The Clintons have a lot of fucking money in their organization. So what they're doing right now, Clinton is being indicted for treason with Russia and collusion with Russia. She's paying off the Rothschilds. She's in bed with the Rothschilds to, bury the news and exaggerate coronavirus and Trump and Biden and Black Lives Matter. They're smart. They're not. These aren't dumb people. They're a lot smarter than me. So what Ghislaine is doing is she is playing the game. Her fate might have already been decided. She might have. I mean, there was like sightings of her in like France. There was sighting of her in like New Zealand. Just all these places that she couldn't get extradited from, like Brazil, like everywhere. So why all of a sudden is she just able to come hunker down for coronavirus in the U.S. and get found basically at the end of it when travel is like a little bit more relaxed now? But like, why is she able to be found in New Hampshire? Why is she able to, be chilling in her mansion in New Hampshire in the woods? Why? I think and I'm going to go on record now and say this, things might change in a week. People think she's going to get killed. People think she has too much dirt. I don't think that's the case. I think she will probably get killed. And I mean, people said Epstein was going to get killed and then he got killed. It was just like, they don't care. Like, they're going to hide it no matter what. They're going to push a narrative no matter what. These powerful people all know the powerful people in the media. So all they have to do is make one phone call to CNN and one phone call to Disney and one phone call to Fox News and say, don't post that. Don't post that story. You'll be sorry about that. So I think Ghislaine's fate is already been sealed. I think they told her to come back. And when I say they, all the other elites, just as elite as her, who don't want her to squeal. Now, there's been talks about Jeffrey Epstein may have made like a tell-all video, and the CEO of LinkedIn had like somehow either had one of his guys hack it or just knew about it, or he helped Epstein create them. This guy knows about something. He knows about some sort of evidence that just got destroyed. So there was crucial evidence to the Ghislaine Maxwell case and the Epstein case that had just gotten destroyed. The CEO of LinkedIn has been suing for a past year to get access to that evidence that apparently was rightfully his. But like I said before, the elites are the elites, and they have complete and utter control over any sort of governing body. With that being said, I finished Jekyll Island, and it taught me a lot. It taught me that the Federal Reserve is kind of just a way for the rich people to manipulate the dollar. And a lot of people still, to this day, think that... does it look like my nose bleeding? No. Still, to this day, think that the dollar is backed by gold, when in reality, that is not the case. One interesting thing that I did learn is that all the banks that you put your money in, all the banks, by law, are required to give their profits to the Federal Reserve. Their profits to the Federal Reserve in exchange for Treasury bills. And for those who don't know what T-bills are, it's basically an IOU. So the government, the Federal Reserve, you can buy T-bills yourself. Like all you need is like a bonds guy to buy them for you. And basically, what they are is you give someone $100. You give your bond broker $100, and he'll give you $102, depending on the fragility of the bond. He'll give you $102 in a year, or $110 in 5 years. Like they have different rates and different years that you can invest in that have better outcomes the longer you invest. So what they take that $100. So the bank earned a profit for being your bank, and you pay them whether you know it or not. They use your debit money, they use your credit money, whether you know it or not. That you're on their books and they're making profit off you, and the profit that they make by law has to go to the Federal Reserve so that they can transfer that into T-bills. The T-bill money is for the politicians to use for legislation. For the politicians can spend it on roads. They can spend it on campaign dollars. They can spend it on. It's your taxpayer money that is going to the politicians to spend it on, more education or cleaning up Flint, Michigan, which they never had done. Just anything that they can use any way they can push their popularity, they're going to spend money on. So the more popular a politician gets with the T-bills, with the T-bill bread, the more votes that they can get for them to eventually become president, which is their ultimate goal. Any politician's ultimate goal is to get the most Democratic nominee votes or the most Republican nominee votes and become president. So that means 4 years of Republicans being able to push any policy that they want, being that they have a majority of the votes in the House, which they would because the executive branch is 1/3 of the U.S. Okay, so just Ghislaine's a nasty fucking bitch, and I'm gonna be excited to see what goes on with that. So, I did some polls on Instagram. I did some polls on my story. I got some good feedback. Let's see if I can find. Jesus Christ. I always suck with taking screenshots. So the first one I remember, a lot of you saw the other day I got hacked. I got tricked into one of those type passwords in to relog into Instagram hack thing. So sorry about that. Sorry for DMing you. I know it kind of ruins my credibility a little bit, but I got tricked on Instagram. I know you get a message from my username is Rich from the internet, and then you get a virus. That doesn't look great. I understand that. I just want to apologize for everyone. It wasn't anything that I had control of. I accidentally got hacked. And I tried my best to reply to everyone, but it literally spanned my whole people I wasn't even following, people I follow, people that follow me only, people, just everyone I've ever followed. So I apologize, and it won't happen again. Hopefully, we'll see. But I kind of threw it out. I just wanted to say sorry about that. I threw a little note. The answers were Epstein did it, which he could have done it. The Maxwell twin sisters, they're fucking in. They are so balls deep in Silicon Valley that they could hack my shit, no problem. One text message to Zuckerberg and my Instagram is no longer mine. So, yeah. Then the next one was, what are your like life hacks? Like, I've been getting asked this question a couple times. Like, what do you like? How do you read books? Are you like? How do you know? I've gotten the question that I've gotten asked the most is how do you know all this? That period, like that, like I'll just state some random fact, and then someone will be like, "How do you know all this?" And I just have to say, like, I do like some reading and podcasting, and I do a lot of social media, and I'm just kind of in tune with. I just absorb. So I'm 24 years old. Like, if you don't think it's a good idea at 24 years old to be absorbing all the knowledge you can, you're a naive motherfucker. Like, you are dancing with the devil if you don't think that you have a finite ability to absorb information into your brain. It only goes downhill after like 26 or some shit. So you have a limited time to crystallize knowledge and information into your brain before experience and wisdom takes over. So you have to take it upon yourself to do that immediately. And I would encourage anyone listening to this to please get educated on whatever the fuck you want to get educated on. Like, I'm doing it on money right now. And after this summer, it's not going to be about money anymore. It might be about psychology. It might be about science. It might be about astrology. It might even be about, like, hopscotch. Or, like, it might even be about, like, cooking. I don't know. Like, what if I just became, like, whipping it up in the kitchen? Like, I was just, like making hotcakes and potato salads like no other, with some good spice, some non-racist, tasty with spices in my potato salad, and at the cookout. What if that was me? Like, you never know where, after you finish one discipline, where the next discipline's going to come. Where was I going with that rant? So the podcast, what are your disciplines? How do you maximize your time? How do you generate downtime for yourself? How do you generate found time? How do you find time? And what are like the secrets that you do? I got some interesting ones, like yoga in the morning, exercise in the morning. I got some interesting ones like, even boiled down, like brush my teeth in the shower. I'll tell you one that's similar to what I do with that is I cook my bacon and my eggs in the same pan, and then I have it down to a time, like I can do everything in 5 minutes, and I make my breakfast sandwich in 5 minutes. I can easily make a delicious fucking breakfast sandwich in 5 minutes. So, and then another one was like, who's gonna get canceled next? We got a lot of like me, like I hope you do, and then like I hope Jake Paul does, which was like my suggestion. So, guys, try and like take the pulse a little bit serious. That would be like, it'll just help out the content, but so basically I got into a argument with a troll on the other, like a week ago, and I just wanted to read her message. Here we go. I'm not gonna say her name, but I'm not pleased about it. I'm not. Here, let me just I'm gonna pick it apart. I only got like 5 minutes left to do this, so she's lucky she didn't give 5 minutes of my time. So, LMAO, IDK, what you're talking about, Bob. I may or may not have been coming down from an acid trip when I wrote that nasty comment on your video. First of all, why'd you throw that? Why did you throw the fact that you do drugs? Like that adds to your validity of this. Like you're more introspective because you can basically take scoops of ice cream out of your brain. Like have you ever talked to a druggie that has done like too many drugs? They're always like, yeah, man. Like they can't even talk. Like their attention span is so much worse than everyone else's that they can't even like they kind of shy away from like aggressive / spirited debates. They don't even like they're like, yeah, man, like what are you doing tomorrow, man? And I'm just like, oh my God, like do you even really give a fuck? Do I even really give a fuck like what I'm doing tomorrow? Like talk to me about like something of substance. So I gotta kind of hurry this up, but I completely stand by what I said. I think that you were degrading women and disrespecting the exotic dancer that even reached out to you in the first place. First off, she didn't reach out to me. I just said that she commented on one of my polls, and I didn't know that I had that far of a reach in Texas. I didn't say that she like even talked to me at all. So I think maybe I was degrading her a little bit. She was a little chunkier. She was on the verge of diabetes. But I didn't show any pictures of her like oogling and ogling at her. Like I thought she was a little thicker, but whatever. Here we go. I thought your podcast was going to be about finance and enriching yourself and others, but instead you're cheering your friend for basically assaulting a stripper. He didn't assault a stripper. Let me get that straight. I had the friend get a little scared that the accusation of assaulting a stripper was thrown in there. You're not going to get. First off, you will not get canceled for. You're not even famous, so you won't get canceled for that. But you didn't assault a stripper. You slapped some fucking titties because she told you to. That wasn't an assault whatsoever. You can go to the stripper. She probably won't even fucking remember it. Like, if you're worried about it getting taken to court by this troll who thinks you assaulted it, I'll have your back 100% go on the stand for you. And it wouldn't even be perjury because, there was nothing that happened wrong. So I was not correct in asking you about the story, but I riff and rant on this podcast. I talk about whatever the fuck comes to my mind. So there's going to be more of it. I mean, I'm not maybe if I remember to ask someone about a story that happened, they'll be able to respond back, and maybe it'll happen. But for the most part, if I talk about you and your friends, or if I talk about anyone, just know that it's coming from a place of love. It's not coming from a place of hate. I don't want to ruffle any feathers more than I have to. So I got one more minute, and I'm just gonna finish this up. It's just not the content I was expecting. That on your that's just my opinion of your podcast. It's clearly not for me, but I wish you the best of luck on your podcast. But also, leave it at that. Leave it at that. Just leave it at that. But also, I think that it's unfair for you to ask people not to give negative feedback because you can't handle it. Then I'm sorry. Maybe the internet isn't for you. I'm rich from the internet, guys. I am rich from the internet. I can handle the negative feedback. You're just not going to like how I handle it and how I handle you and your negativity. So I'm rich from the net. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so happy that this podcast went well. I love you guys. Please subscribe. I love you, interns. I love you guys. Take it easy, all right?